Join me as I dive deep into the chilling true crime story of the 1992 crime spree that shocked Dayton, Ohio, and see if I can uncover the truth behind it all. In the summer of 1992, the city of Dayton, Ohio was gripped with fear as a series of bizarre and seemingly unrelated crimes rocked the community, leaving residents on edge and wondering if they were safe in their own homes. The crime spree that unfolded was a complex web of events that would ultimately leave multiple people dead, injured, or traumatized, and would test the mettle of local law enforcement. Over the course of several weeks, a string of robberies, shootings, and murders took place, stretching police resources to the breaking point. The community was left reeling, trying to make sense of the senseless violence that seemed to come out of nowhere. As the investigation struggled to gain traction, the people of Dayton were forced to confront some harsh realities about their city and the nature of crime itself. The fact that the perpetrators seemed to be striking at random, without any apparent motive or pattern, only added to the sense of unease and uncertainty. With each new incident, the city's fear and anxiety grew, and it seemed as though the violence would never end. The pressure was on for law enforcement to catch the perpetrators and bring them to justice. But every lead seemed to end in a dead end. Every tip a false promise. It was as though the criminals had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only a trail of destruction and despair. At the heart of the crime spree were a group of individuals who seemed to be driven by a twisted desire for power and control. They used violence and intimidation to get what they wanted, leaving a trail of broken lives in their wake. As the investigation deepened, it became clear that these individuals were not just common criminals, but people with a particular vision for the world, one that was rooted in chaos and destruction. One of the most shocking aspects of the crime spree was the way in which the perpetrators seemed to target the most vulnerable members of the community. The elderly, the young, and the marginalized were all fair game, and it seemed as though no one was safe from their wrath. The fact that they seemed to be driven by a twisted sense of pleasure and amusement only added to the horror of it all. As the investigation continued, detectives began to piece together the evidence, and a clearer picture of the events began to emerge. It was a story of manipulation, deception, and betrayal, one that would ultimately lead to a dramatic and unexpected conclusion. The turning point came when a crucial piece of evidence was discovered, one that would finally crack the case wide open. It was a moment that would bring a sense of relief to the community, but also a sense of sadness and regret. The fact that it had taken so long to get to this point only highlighted the complexity and difficulty of the case. In the end, the crime spree was brought to an end, and justice was served. But the impact of those events would be felt for years to come. The people of Dayton were left to pick up the pieces and try to rebuild their community, and law enforcement was forced to re-examine its practices and procedures to ensure that such a tragedy would never happen again. The 1992 crime spree in Dayton, Ohio is a sobering reminder of the darker side of human nature and the importance of community and law enforcement working together to keep our streets safe. Thanks for watching, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for more true crime stories. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below and check out another true crime story on my channel.